In 3, 2, 1. The Collinsworth slide.
We out here.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to CineBoiz Podcast. We are part of the Corkbats podcast network, the only podcast on the internet where four guys get together and talk about movies. Don't fact check us on that. Again, these other podcasts don't exist. People keep telling me that there's other ones. And I'm like, you're freaking liar, man. It's not true. So, and don't do any research. Research is boring. Just take our word for it. Okay. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing and maybe telling a friend or two. Just spread the word. We're growing. It's fun to watch us grow on our end. So we want to keep that trend going. So be sure to tell some people and just subscribe. And here's the best part about subscribing. If you listen for like 5 seconds, we get credit for that. And that goes a long way. So even if you don't really like the podcast, which is absurd because I don't think I've ever talked to somebody who doesn't like this podcast. If you don't, though, all you got to do is listen for 5-10 seconds. And then that's a big help for us. Also, if you're watching on the Corkbats YouTube page, thank you as well. Be sure to follow Corkbats on YouTube. Also follow Corkbats on Instagram and Twitter at Corkbats. Like this video. Again, you don't even have to watch the full thing. That's the secret of the internet. You don't have to watch the full thing. We still get credit. That goes a long way for us and for Corkbats. So thank you so much for all your support. That being said, even though you don't have to listen the whole time, today's going to be a really good episode. So I highly recommend that you stick around. So yeah, like I said, my name is Kenny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast. I'm joined always by my good friend, Tom Bragg in Columbia, Missouri. How are you, Tom?
Heyo, I am well. How are you, Ken?
I'm great. I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't say your full name and where you live.
Well,
just in case anybody's stalking you.
That's true. I guess as long as you don't give out my address.
Yeah, let's not give away. I won't give away specific addresses or social security numbers.
Tom and I live very far away, nowhere near each other.
Right, so. That's fair. Well, Tom, let me ask you this, man. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
But what you big on this week, bro?
Big on this week. You know, it's actually something I've been kind of into for a couple months now. But I finished up earlier this week one of the latest Netflix true crime docuseries. But they've got a string of those that have come out and another one that is coming out that I'm pretty excited for. So I watched one about a month ago on the Yorkshire Ripper, which was a case in England.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good series. I'd highly recommend that one. The one I finished this week was on Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker in the mid-'80s.
That one looks creepy as hell.
It was super creepy.
Richard Ramirez is just... Ugh.
Yeah, he's a scary guy. A scary guy. I wouldn't recommend these to like the faint-hearted. Like if this subject matter is upsetting to you, like don't watch it. But I'm a fan of that kind of genre. I love mysteries and solving crimes, that sort of thing. But they've got a new one coming out though about the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, where that famous case, Elisa Lam, who just there's that creepy security footage video of her like in the hotel elevator. And then she like disappears and then they can't find her for weeks. And this hotel has like a whole history of just like dark, horrible things happening. And I'm excited. I just love these types of docuseries.
I am very excited for the Cecil Hotel one because I don't think I've ever been more obsessed with a mystery more than like the Elisa Lam mystery, which is
it's so weird.
Bonkers. It's so strange, yet so just like, I want to know what happened. And how do we not know? Like, that's the crazy part. Anyways, that's awesome. I've also been doing a lot of that as well, watching those true crime. I actually went back and watched The Pharmacist for the first time, which has been on Netflix for a couple of years now. Super interesting.
Refresh my memory, Ken. What's that about?
So The Pharmacist is about this guy in New Orleans who, spoiler, is a pharmacist who, there's really two or three big stories that like he's involved in his life. One is that his son was murdered in New Orleans. And so that's part of the documentary is figuring out like that mystery. The other part of it is, as a pharmacist, and during the early 2000s with the opioid crisis and OxyContin kind of popping up, like how that affected his community and how he went after like certain doctors in his community just being a pharmacist. It's really interesting. And then the biggest part of it is like going after like the big pharmaceutical companies. And he's just like just a guy in New Orleans. It's super interesting. So yeah, Tom, I'm with you.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet, but it's on my list.
Yeah, and it's only 4 episodes, so it's not like
Yeah.
not a huge commitment. I watched it all in one Saturday, last Saturday.
Mhm.
So, well, that's cool, man. Tom, I'm glad you're here. Also joining us from Columbia, Missouri.
Well, maybe.
Allegedly.
Redacted is our good friend Kevin. Hey, Kevin, how are you today?
Hey, boys. Doing great.
Kevin, let me ask you, what are you big on this week?
Well, before last night, I was bully on Dogecoin. Got in early, got in months ago on that first little spike. Totally forgot about it. Now it's back.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm rich. So let me know what you guys want.
Dude, here's the thing. I think we should all be bully on Dogecoin.
Let's go.
I got some Dogecoin.
Yeah.
All buying up that Dogecoin, baby. It's the next big thing. We'll talk, man. Stocks and coins, man.
What a
Stonks. What a week.
Stonks.
We'll get into it a little bit later, but yeah, bully on Dogecoin. Well, that's cool, Kevin. Anything else?
And I think we're not a sports podcast, but I got to mention it. Cardinals are winning the NL Central, and you can't do anything to stop it anymore. You'll find out. Wait, well, I don't know. It's going to be official, hopefully, by the time this comes out. So, official that we're winning the NL Central, that is. And if you don't know, you're an idiot. And I don't know if I can be friends with you.
Cool.
Harsh words, but truth.
There's only one team in the National League that I care about, and it's not the Cardinals. Just saying. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but go Mets. Anyways, well, Kevin, thanks, man. That's cool. Good for the Cardinals. Good for your money, your wallet with that Dogecoin, bro. Keep bullying on it. And then we also got our good friend Mob, who is in blank.
Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Come at me, bros.
Everyone's coming for you now.
Let's go.
Mob, how you doing today, man?
I'm great.
Dude,
How are you, Ken?
Man, I'm good. But what are you big on this week?
What am I big on? Same thing I was big on this time last year, winning AFC championships. You know, there's haters out there. There's people who try to jinx you mid AFC championship game. But what really turns out is it turns out that they look smart because they called the game at halftime. And it ended up being that way. So
yeah,
bring it on. I'm big on that.
I would like to, very big week for us as Kansas City Chiefs fans. Not a sports podcast, but we are all big fans of the Kansas City Chiefs. I would also like to shout out to our friends at the Junk Drawer and Corkbats who, halfway through the game, they just went ahead and called it. They said the Chiefs are the champs. They were right. And it was very wise of them to do that. And I wouldn't say that they're on the Chiefs bandwagon, but I mean, if they want to like hitch a ride, they can, I guess.
Yeah, more than welcome.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing: are the Chiefs the bad guys this year?
It's tough because they're playing Tom Brady.
Yeah,
who's
if
the
they were playing
perpetual bad
anyone
guy.
else, we'd be the evil empire right now. But
right.
I think America wants us to win, which is crazy. I don't think America wants to see Tom Brady win again.
Yeah, which is nice.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't want Tom Brady to win.
I don't either.
No,
because if he loses, we win. So,
right,
that's just logic.
That's the kind of analysis you can only get here. So
yeah.
But stay tuned. I mean, next week, what you big on might be very similar.
Yeah. Shoot, the Super Bowl is in a week.
We'll probably be.
We'll
tough.
Who knows what kind of mood we'll be in next week? But
well, we record the Friday before the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right.
So we'll be very happy or sad, and we won't know which to be.
So I think our what we should do, our marching order should be let's just be very happy but not say anything, and so that way
we either look
good
like
energy
sports or we just look like really good losers, or we just are just happy because we're better.
Right.
Gonna aim for a neutral mood.
Yeah, I think we'll just push all that good energy down to Tampa for the Chiefs. And you know what? It's annoying. It's really annoying that Tom Brady is the first quarterback to host a Super Bowl. That's so stupid.
Seems unfair.
That's so dumb. All right. Well,
He just got there. Like, that's dumb.
yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks, Mob.
Tom hates it.
I hate it.
You know what I'm big on this week?
What's that?
Tesla Arcade. Have you guys seen this?
No.
So essentially, Tesla has announced that in their cars, their self-driving cars, they're going to have like a gaming system, like its own like sort of gaming system that you can play games while you're on the road.
I need a Tesla.
Seems irresponsible.
Well,
maybe I'll buy one with my
there's
Dogecoin.
They're
profit.
self-driving cars, so it's not
Still.
that irresponsible. Plus, it's probably more for like the passengers.
Yeah.
But it's like its own gaming system, like, you know, with its own library of games and
I
good
do like
games.
Teslas.
So makes me want to get a Tesla. Also makes me wish I could afford a Tesla. I probably could.
Teslas
Not
are
a
not that
self-driving one.
expensive, honestly.
Right.
The
What's
base
like-
level model is like
I was gonna say, what's
normal
it off
SUV.
the? Yeah.
You see them everywhere in Austin. Like you can't go more than like 20 feet without seeing a Tesla on the street. Like
Yeah.
it's insane. So they're not like unaffordable, but like the model that I would want is probably out of my price
If
range.
you're gonna go Tesla, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
Go all out. I don't want just like Tesla Junior.
The Ford Taurus of Tesla.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Give me that Cybertruck, bro.
I don't like those.
Have you
but
seen
I
a
like the
Cyber?
cars.
Are they out yet?
No.
Okay. I
I
can't wait
don't
to
think
see one
so.
on the road for the first time. It's gonna look like we're in a different dimension.
If you're
gonna
definitely
look like Blade
when
Runner.
they're out, I will definitely be able to spot one in Austin. I'm sure.
I'm
'Cause
sure
there's
you're
just
right.
Teslas everywhere.
Joe Rogan will be driving around in his little Tesla mobile.
Probably. Well, cool, guys. Well, hey, let's get into the big news this week. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of fun stuff to talk about. But I think first we need to, address the box office again because people are just
Well, we
going to
do
see
now.
movies.
We're numbers guys.
We're numbers guys. We're going to see movies. So top 3 from last weekend, or this last week, coming in at number 3 with $1.6 million at the box office. Wonder Woman is back in the top 3.
Right.
Isn't that wild? It disappeared and now it's back.
That is interesting.
But it also disappeared from HBO Max.
Exactly.
That's-
So that's probably
sense.
why.
I didn't realize that.
Big
Apparently,
brain.
There was like a Variety article this week about like how Wonder Woman 1984 is the most watched streaming movie of all time, like minute by minute. So like,
By a minute.
so it's like they measure it in consecutive minutes watched,
Oh.
and
Okay.
like total, it's like 2 billion
So people
minutes or something
People
like
clicked
that.
on it and then watched it for longer than what they watch other things.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a perfect storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, it's also probably the biggest movie to be released via streaming day one.
Straight
right?
to
For
streaming.
sure.
I would imagine.
for sure, without any like no paywall or anything like that.
Right.
If you have HBO Max, you can watch it. So so Wonder Woman 84 bouncing back into that top 3, coming in at number 2 this week. The Croods, the new age. The
We
Croods is
cannot
back.
shake the Croods.
Well,
I
here's the thing. It is a chance for parents to get their children out of the house for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
and
Yeah.
I bet that these box office numbers, it's the same parents every week. It's a long week. We just got Croods 2. We're going.
Take the kids to see Croods again. They probably hate the Croods.
Yeah.
Here's a question. I wonder if this factors into the box office numbers, the being able to rent out a theater for $100, because I'm betting there's a lot of children's birthday parties that are going to see the Croods too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're probably right. Did Cloris Leachman, did she do a voice in the Croods?
You
No
know, I'm not
idea.
very knowledgeable about the
I'm
Croods.
probably asking the wrong people. But I think I saw something that maybe she did a voice in the Croods. Rest in peace, Cloris Leachman passed away this past week. Fantastic actress. So great. Years and years. Oscar winner, Emmy winner, you name it. In Young Frankenstein, which is probably one of the funniest movies ever. And then, of course, our good friend on Instagram, Tim Zalabim, Gave us a little shout out to our Cloris Leachman post this past week. So shout out to Tim.
She was
to make that a
in the
weekly
Crudes
segment?
one.
Crudes one. Okay. What'd you say, Kev?
I think we almost need to make it give Tim a weekly segment because I have a feeling he's going to be giving us content on about a weekly basis.
He should email. Send us questions.
You can, Tim, if you want to send us an email or the CineBoiz podcast at gmail.com. But hey, keep doing what you're doing. Keep commenting on our posts. You're going to get some airtime if you keep doing that. And we don't even know who Tim is, right? Like Tim's just
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
Tim is Kevin's dad.
Zalabim is just a made-up word too, by the way.
Zalabim. Is it Tim Zalabim?
I don't know. I asked him about it over Christmas, and he goes, it just sounded fun. He didn't have a good reason. It is fun.
It's fun. We're all having fun. Yeah. Keep it coming, Tim. We appreciate you. And then, number one, again, The Marksman, Liam Neeson's whatever movie. $2 million.
How is that doing better than Carey Mulligan's movie? I don't get it.
Well, Carey Mulligan's probably not in as many theaters.
Yeah, it's not as widely released.
And I feel like I'm probably going to get into a little trouble here. I feel like the crowd that goes to see The Marksman isn't too concerned about COVID, but maybe the crowd that would go see Promising Young Woman is a little bit more. That's a pretty broad generalization right there.
We're painting with broad strokes here, but you're probably not super wrong. So,
yeah. So, okay. Well, those are our top three at the box office this week. Hey, maybe one day we'll have like big numbers. Although I wouldn't mind $2 million. That'd be nice. Well, that's cool. Other big news, big HBO Max release this week. The second of their mini movies that'll be coming out this year on HBO Max, but The Little Things premiered on HBO Max this weekend. I think we all have seen at least the majority of it. Is that right?
Untrue.
I watched all of it last night.
Not seen it.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm seen it. Mob has seen it. I've seen about half of it. What are you guys' thoughts?
It was fine.
Okay.
It wasn't great.
It's disappointing for someone that wants to watch it tonight.
Well, and I was excited all day yesterday, just like, all right, tonight I'm going to watch this. And then I hopped on Rotten Tomatoes for a smidge and looked it up, and it didn't have great reviews. But I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to watch anyway and make my own opinions on it. And it just, I don't know. It wasn't what I had hoped it would be. It was pretty slow the whole way through. Acting was good. I'm of the belief that even the worst Denzel movie is better than most trash out there. I feel like his worst role or his worst film is going to be better than a lot of other stuff that's out there. So
what do we think his worst role ever is?
Ooh. Worst role.
Because he doesn't, it's more like he's probably made some bad movies, but was he bad in the movie? Probably not.
Yeah. No, and he was great in the movie. I thought he gave a good performance. But I don't know what his worst movie would be.
I don't know. And here's the thing too. I've been on a weird Denzel kick this past week. I don't know about anybody else.
Nice.
It started with, so what happened was me and Catherine watched One Night in Miami. So then we were like, okay, well, we want to learn a little bit more about Malcolm X. So then you watch Malcolm X, which is like a 4-hour movie, but so good. I was hesitant to watch it a long movie again. I'd seen it before, but it's been probably over a decade, and it's so good. It keeps you interested the whole time. But of course, Denzel was in that movie, which then I watched The Hurricane, which I'd never seen before. Again,
not either.
Denzel,
pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Kind of forgotten, but good.
And then ended up watching. Didn't watch the whole thing yet, but watched the majority of The Little Things last night. I can't think of any movie that Denzel's in where he's not good.
Let me do some research.
Not great movies, but
I want to see what his worst rated tomato meter movie is.
I think that one movie, the Roman J. Israel Esquire or whatever, wasn't a great movie, but he got nominated for his performance.
See, that's the Meryl Streep effect kind of too. She's in terrible movies, but she's good at acting, and therefore she gets nominated.
Right.
So I watched The Little Things last night, and I have some thoughts. I agree with Tom. it was. I mean, I'd watch it. Like if you've got 2 hours, it's not a bad waste of time. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
The acting's great. Here's my thoughts. Are we an anti-Jared Leto podcast? I can't remember.
I have a thought on Jared Leto. Yeah,
unless it's a mid 2000s rock band, then I'm pro Jared Leto.
Because I'm gonna break out on that. If I need a guy to play a creepy dude, I'm getting Jared Leto every time because he was fantastic.
Right.
He was fantastic.
Here's where I kind of waver on it. I don't know how I feel about Jared Leto in all honesty. Like it's fun to like make fun of him because he's just like he played a terrible Joker and he's also just a weird dude. But then there's movies that he's in where I'm like, yeah, I actually think he's a pretty good actor. Like Blade Runner 2049, like it's pretty good in that.
Was he nominated for Dallas Buyers Club?
He won.
He won for Dallas.
He was very good.
He was incredible.
He is fantastic in that movie.
Or go ahead, Ken.
No, I was just going to say, I think that where the train kind of gets off the tracks with Jared Leto is that he just seems very out of touch in real life.
He didn't know that COVID was going on because he went on that like 40-day silent retreat and he didn't have a phone and he came back and the world was on fire. And he just didn't know about it.
Yeah. And this is the observation I made while watching this movie last night about Jared Leto is he is what I imagine the real life Kirk Lazarus from Tropic Thunder to be. He is just this character actor that is almost too much of a character actor. And so much so that even in real life, he does weird stuff like a 40-day silent retreat. And he's just such a weird guy. And just like, you can see it in his performances that like, he might have gone too far into this character and is just over the top. And it's almost like comical how into it he is.
No, he had me laughing a lot of the time. Some of the quips he said, but like, if you're a creepy, weird dude, that's kind of how you are. Like you're uncomfortably laughing because you're like, I shouldn't be laughing at these jokes, but he's
scared.
He throws them out so well. My other thing was Rami Malek, good actor.
I love him.
Hard for me to see him play like a normal person because he looks so weird.
And he talks so weird.
You know?
He can't break out of that.
My thing was, in this movie, I think it could have worked also if you flipped Jared Leto and Rami Malek.
Yeah.
If you flipped their characters and let them play each other character, it might have worked even better.
Yeah.
I mean, just the cast of those two guys, 3 Oscar winners is pretty impressive.
I thought they all gave really good performances. I just was disappointed with how
the writing wasn't great.
Yeah, the writing wasn't great. And just like the plot, it did not end how I wanted it to end.
Yeah, I haven't watched the entire thing, but from what I watched, it's a movie where the writing doesn't allow you to be very invested in the characters. Correct. From what I've seen so far.
And that's the whole first half of the movie. I think the second half you get a little more interested.
Yeah, because
it starts to pick up, but it takes an hour and 15 minutes for you to get there, which isn't necessarily great.
Yeah. I want to try a Rami Malek impression real quick. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
This is raw. I haven't done it before. I'm Rami Malek.
Mom,
got his face down.
He's got the really high cheekbones.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah.
I'm a detective. You want to ride with me on this one? That's my Rami Malek impression.
It sounded pretty good. If you could combine Bob's face with your voice, that'd be great.
If I figure out a way to superimpose my mouth on him. Okay. So Little Things. It's on HBO Max. You can check it out. I would say that we don't not recommend it, but we also don't highly recommend it.
Right.
Is that fair?
Yeah. You got 2 hours. You're looking for a movie. Throw it on. You don't have time. You're fine.
I think
movie's perfect. This year's perfect for movies where it's just kind of like, if it's not great, whatever. What else are you doing?
Right, exactly. I think if it were a movie that was just released in theaters, I would not bother going to see it at all.
Don't go see it, no.
But it's free on HBO Max. Pop it on. Yeah.
This is the type of movie that putting it on HBO Max was perfect for.
Yeah.
Agreed. They should probably do that with all their like mid-level movies like that.
So is the deal, it's on HBO Max for 30 days?
Correct.
Is that what it is?
Yep. And then it's only in theaters until it's released.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Other big news this week in the movie world, we got our first picture of Kristen Stewart as Diana, Princess Diana, to which we all say, okay.
I mean, she kind of looks like her, but
she does.
If you picked anyone in the world to play Princess Diana, would you have picked Kristen Stewart?
No.
Nope. No. Resounding no.
I think she looks a lot like her.
Mm-hmm.
I need to hear her talk.
Yep. I'm not sure Kristen Stewart's capable of leaving Kristen Stewart totally behind.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we're going to get the nervous. Well, Ken, you do a great impression of Kristen Stewart. We're just going to.
That's it. Sorry if you're listening. You missed it. Go to YouTube. See what I just did. Here's the thing. I don't want to be a negative. I'm trying not to be negative. But at the same time, like, I agree with you guys. I don't see Kristen Stewart not being Kristen Stewart in anything. And she's just awkward. And some people really like her, and that's great. But I wouldn't be if I were telling a story about Princess Diana, I wouldn't want to rely on Kristen Stewart.
There are roles that she is made for, and she is great at. I'll give her that. I don't see that being Princess Diana, even though the look fits her.
Yeah,
I was actually surprised that the look fit her.
Yeah.
Why didn't they pick someone British? I just don't get that. Can she do a convincing British accent?
Couldn't tell you.
I guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll find out. Yeah, and then the biggest news this week was STONKS, bro.
AMC.
Okay, so I've done a decent amount of research on what's going on, and I think I understand it now. At first, I was like, I don't get it because money and numbers are hard.
It's pretty simple, honestly.
Yeah. It really is. It's actually really simple what's happening. But like, essentially, there's companies right now that are being extremely overvalued, like AMC theaters and more specifically GameStop, which is kind of how it all started. But these companies are being extremely overvalued. People are making a ton of money off the stocks, and the hedge funds are, basically shitting themselves right now.
Watch The Big Short, and you'll know exactly what is happening.
Right.
You did not watch it.
Maybe. I still didn't really get it. But
how bummed are you guys that you didn't get in on this?
I'm always bummed when something like this happens, because it's like it happens. It's just like, what? Where have I been? Like, how do I not get on these trains early enough?
I made a very small amount of money on GameStop because I got in when it was high, but not at its peak, and then I sold because I'm a ninny. I didn't hold the line like I was supposed to. So I don't know.
I definitely. So I've always. I've never really had like a huge interest in the stock market because to me, it's just like I suck at gambling. So why would I try the stock market? It just seems like a way to lose money. But I did download the Robinhood app this week because I'm like, well, if this is going to happen again, I'm going to start following the Reddit thread Wall Street Bets, and I'm going to keep my ear to the ground. And next time we decide to go after a short,
Kenny is a curse, apparently. And it all went to hell.
But then by doing that, I discovered Dogecoin. And so Dogecoin,
yes.
Yeah.
We're all going to be rich.
I just love that someone can just basically make up, because Dogecoin comes from Homestar Runner, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
I think that's not the meme, not the face of the dog. I think the face of the dog is the meme, but I think Doge is from Homestar Runner. I'm pretty sure. So it's just a guy just made this up for fun, and now it's like real currency. I don't get it.
So it's like literally you're making money off of a troll. Like you're literally like, hey, let's just create wealth by trolling something, and it's working slowly, but it is like technically working. Like the price of Dogecoin has jumped like crazy in the past.
It went from like 1/1000th of a cent to like 1/7 of a cent.
No, now it's like 5 cents. Yeah, I haven't checked this morning, but it's like it
went back down because Robinhood is the worst. But
freaking Robinhood,
they're trying to crater everything. Let's not get into it.
But seriously, if you think about it, if you bought $1,000 worth of Dogecoin and then it's valued at $1 a year from now, like you've essentially
done big things,
made a ton of money.
When the stock market dipped because of COVID and March, I bought some stock, and I'm now at I'm not kidding, sitting at a 150% gain on it.
Oh, me too. Nice. I bought it in March, and I haven't really sold much. I've just held, and I feel like a genius. Stocks only go up, apparently. So
Well, yeah.
Well, welcome to our new podcast.
Investment
Stonks.
corner.
Yeah. Let's talk finances. We know exactly what we're doing.
But yeah, no, I'm just waiting for my application with Robinhood to go through, which is taking forever. And
Wonder why.
once I get that, then yeah, I'm going to be rich.
Was there a question when you put in your application, are you looking to buy GameStop? And you had yes.
Maybe.
Said, ooh, denied.
We had a friend, I won't say his name, but he bought some AMC and then sold it and then was basically kicked off the TD Ameritrade app because
Hold on, I use TD Ameritrade. He was kicked off of Schwab. So
Schwab. Sorry. I'm getting friends mixed up. So he got kicked off basically because they were like,
he
well,
bought and
he's
sold
part of the
AMC in a
problem.
day.
Be
So
gone.
the man
Yeah.
kicked him off.
It's so
Yep.
tough.
Freaking man, dude. It's like, hey, like the market is free unless like regular people start making money. Then mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was funny when I was reading through all that stuff. Like, essentially, these guys were just doing what hedge fund managers do all the time. Like, they're
Yeah.
just beating them at their own game.
Right.
Yep.
It's so funny to think that like, yeah, just how the way, like if you short a stock, like how that works. And then just like, oh my God, we've lost so much money. And like hedge funds are filing for bankruptcy now because of GameStop.
Yeah, they had to be
Yeah.
bailed out.
Of course.
Of course.
Anyways,
But
this is our Wall Street podcast.
we're Wall
But
Street.
hey, it ties back to movies because AMC. So there you go.
Can
Yeah,
I get like a
Alex.
little ticker across the bottom of my screen?
Sure. Do you know how to do that?
Nope.
I
was
don't
hoping,
either.
I was hoping you would do it for me.
I bet I can figure that out. I'll just have a ticker going
Nice.
that says buy GameStonk. Oh, that's cool. Well, hey, that's pretty much it for all the big headlines this week. So I think it's time that maybe we get into a little bit of Tommy's trivia.
Oh,
Yeah, baby.
right. I'm very ready for this. So I thought, big week for Denzel. We're all Denzel fans. There was a lovely newsletter from the Apple Boys on Friday all about Denzel. So I thought this trivia would be dedicated to our boy Denzel.
Yes.
And Mob, being the biggest Denzel fan that I know, you're up this week, my friend.
Oh, all right. This will be embarrassing.
So same as last few weeks, we'll get you a loose time of like 15 seconds, but that's whatever. Answer it when you can. If you get stumped, you can phone a friend. I think that's it. Let's get into it. All right, Mob.
Yeah.
Question number 1.
All right.
What show did Denzel make his television debut?
In Living Color.
Ooh.
That's
Why? Because he's black?
Just, I don't know.
That's right.
Be careful.
That is incorrect. The answer is St. Elsewhere.
I don't even know.
Oh, he was a doctor.
That's right.
Like a precursor to ER. All right,
Nice.
number 2. What movie is this quote from? I don't scratch my head unless it itches, and I don't dance unless I hear some music.
Remember the Titans.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Come
All
on,
right.
cooking my career.
I know that one.
Try to
Yeah.
throw out some easy ones there.
If it were Remember the Titans questions,
Yeah, you got to build his confidence back, Tom.
Question number 3. In what movie did Denzel play a quadriplegic?
is that John Q?
Close.
Or Ken, are you above me?
No, I'm to your top right. So I'm like
Ken.
not away from you.
Ken.
I know the answer to this question. It is the Bone Collector.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's right. I knew that. Well, I know it. Whatever.
Wasn't John Q the one where he took over a hospital to save his son?
Yeah.
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 That's right.
Not quadriplegic in that movie, by the way,
No. He did a lot of running.
because he ran around with a gun the whole movie.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic performance. Question number, we already on question number 4. Wow.
Yeah,
What
I'm
movie?
quick.
What movies did Denzel Washington win an Oscar for?
Glory. Training Day.
Yep, nailed it.
Was he nominated for He was nominated multiple times, but
He's
yeah.
nominated
yeah.
a lot.
nominated for The Hurricane, I think. Nominated for
Nominated for
Malcolm X.
Fences, Malcolm
Like-
X.
How did he not win Malcolm X? Who beat him that year?
That year was
Was it 90?
Pacino.
Okay.
No, hold on.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
what
Pacino.
year was that?
Pacino won that year. It was 92, 93.
Okay.
What did Pacino win for?
Sin of a Woman.
Oh, that's right. That's a good movie.
Well, I think if we could go back to that order, we'd give it to Denzel. But
I'm just getting warmed up.
we should go back and re-give Oscars to the right people over the last like 2 decades.
Yeah, like
3
give the
decades.
freaking Best Picture Oscar to Goodfellas as opposed to Dances with Wolves.
My God,
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Maybe Grinding Nemo wouldn't win Best Picture if we
Give
lady.
Rocky his Oscar.
Yeah,
Yes.
Meh.
we should have our own revisionist history Oscars for like every year.
1,000,000%.
Yeah,
Yes.
who should have
Like
won?
it.
We should
Hey,
just make that a
that's
segment
90
every episode. We'll just pick a year every episode and just say this is who should have won this for 92.
That's 94 years of or 94 episodes of content if we did that essentially, where we go through every Oscar and every award and we.
Well, I'm just thinking like maybe Best Picture, or we pick a category that we think maybe was not, because some
Not
years
accurate.
like the right people win.
Picture, actress, actor,
Supporting,
Visual
and
effects.
director, digital.
and
Sound
we'll
editing.
throw in sound editing.
Sound mixing.
What
Mixing,
about
best
Yeah.
documentary short subject. Yeah.
Anywho, you've got one more question.
Yeah.
Question number 5. Denzel made his directorial debut with this biopic.
directorial?
Can we get it?
Is it Antoine Fisher?
You nailed it.
Oh,
Wow,
Look at you. I didn't even know that.
that was early. I would have thought it would have been later
It's
than
like
that.
That's awesome.
2002. Yeah.
good stuff.
See, yeah. Just some
Antoine
random
Fisher
stuff
was
going
pretty
in my
good
head.
back in the day. I don't know if it's aged
I
super
kn-
well. I haven't
I've
watched
never
in
seen
some
it.
time.
I haven't seen
I haven't
it.
seen
liked
it
it.
either.
Oh, what? All right.
Well, cool.
is that Derek Luke who's in that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wasn't he supposed to be like the next big thing?
Yeah. I mean, and he was good, but
He was
did-
Booby Miles in Friday Night Lights, the
Yeah.
better football movie.
Booby Miles. He was also in one of the what was he in most recently that I saw him in?
He was in The Americans.
Oh.
It was another sports movie. I don't know. Was he in not Coach Carter? Was he in the one about West Texas basketball?
What was the
Glory
one about West
Road?
Texas back?
Glory Road.
Oh, Glory Road.
He might have been in that.
I'll have to
I
watch
can't
that.
remember.
I'm a big Texas guy these days.
Hmm.
Have yet to make it out to West Texas, though. I hear it's very
I
dull.
hear it's very exciting. You should just go to Lubbock just to see where Pat Mahomes has walked the earth.
I want to drive out to El Paso, but that's a 7-hour drive from Austin.
Yeah,
Texas
man.
is so freaking big.
I once drove from Tulsa to Las Cruces, New Mexico, and it was like I didn't think it'd be like that far. It was like a 12-hour drive
yeah,
just to get through Texas.
we did like I think it was like we figured out from El Paso to Houston is a longer drive than
It's
Austin
crazy.
to Kansas City.
It's crazy.
Texas is so big. Like Austin is in the middle of the state, and it is still a 7-hour drive to get.
Once you
to
get
the
past
west
like
from-
San Antonio, there's nothing.
yeah, you're like I think from San
Until El
Antonio,
Paso.
and San Antonio is pretty far south, and I think you're still like 3 hours away from Mexico at that point. Like it is, yeah, big state.
Don't
Well, cool.
stop in Amarillo. Drive through. It smells like cow poop. The whole
Yeah.
city. Unless you're from Amarillo, and good on you.
Yeah, you just offended all of our Amarillo listeners. Well, guys, Tom, thank you so much for doing that trivia. Did
My
Mom win
pleasure.
or lose? What would we say? Was it a win?
Oh, I call it a win.
That's
But
a win.
He's always a winner to me.
That's hot.
I only got one wrong because technically I used a lifeline.
That's a good point.
It's true.
Antoine Fisher was a great pull.
Yeah, that was
Just out
good.
of
That was
nowhere.
like a 3-point shot that you made at the
Yeah.
buzzer.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
not sports.
I-
podcast.
triple points.
You know, the telling me it was a biopic is what helped me, but
Yeah.
otherwise I would.
I figured if I didn't add something like that to these questions, then like they'd be because I've just gone through to like find a bunch of different like trivia questions, and like sometimes they're so vague, like it could be any movie that they're talking about.
Yeah. Also, when you said biopic, I also just want to take a moment to publicly shame people that say biopic.
That's a thing that people say, and it really bugs me.
It's
Me
stupid.
too.
Stupid. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get on to
Biopic is
some-
like a procedure you have to check a mole or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
That's how much I know about medicine.
Yeah. Well, how about some movie anniversaries then to round us out?
Absolutely. Happy 5-year anniversary to Hail Caesar.
Disappointing.
That's already 5 years
I
old.
saw that. In
It was
theaters.
disappointing. I was very excited for it.
It was okay.
It was fine.
What year?
Too
is
long.
this? All right.
Yeah.
That was 5 years ago. Ooh.
I know. Happy 10-year anniversary to The Other Woman. I think that had Natalie Portman in it.
The Other Woman.
Which one was the one where
Is that a
Beyonce
sequel?
was the wife? That was Obsessed. I'm thinking of Obsessed.
I don't know.
The Other Woman.
Not a sequel.
I don't think so. But I
You
also
say
don't
Natalie
really know.
Portman was in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think she is the other woman. But
What-
anyway, happy 25-year anniversary to Black Sheep.
Hey,
Okay.
what a fun movie. Black Sheep is like it's not as good as Tommy Boy, but it's
Yeah.
like basically the same movie.
It's like there's a cult following. Some people will say it's his best one. No. Better than Tommy Boy. I
There's
think.
some great moments in it.
Wait. So the other woman, sorry, I looked it up. Is that the one with Cameron Diaz and Kate Upton? And Kate Upton's the other woman?
Oh, I think you're right, actually. I think you're. Is there a third woman in that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Leslie Mann.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know you're.
So
talking
wait,
about
what was the name of the Natalie Portman movie?
What I found was The Other Woman.
Yeah. The other woman.
that. And you thought so? Natalie Portman is not in The Other Woman.
It's very blurry. But
There are two movies called The Other Woman.
this came out in
Oh, this is weird.
2014.
Guys,
Which
I think
is-
my information might be incorrect on that one.
Well, this
Because
is
there is-
2014, which is 10 years, right?
No.
No.
What?
If
What
2014
year do you
is
think
10
it
years
is?
ago, then I don't.
This is not a math podcast. How many times do I have to say that?
No, so the one I was talking about apparently actually came out in 2009, but the first
So that's
bit of
also
information
not-
I came across said 2011.
I don't
Now
know.
we're just all confused.
Well,
Well,
egg
there
on
was
my face, I will do better next week.
there
How
was
dare
one
you.
that came out 20 years ago called The Others.
That
That's
was
20 years
ago.
Oof.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I found the one you're talking about. It is called The Other Woman.
So there's
It
two
does
other
have-
women's.
It
Who else
does
is
have
in it?
Natalie Portman.
Neither
Lisa
released.
Kudrow.
Neither
Lisa
released 10 years ago, so
Interesting.
it's unfortunate for me. I'm embarrassed.
Hey, look, you can't hit a home run every week. So
Sometimes
don't
you strike out.
You should
don't-
be able to though with hard dates, and somehow
Hey, Tom.
somehow this just got through the cracks. I don't know what
Hey,
happened.
Tom. Hard dates are tough. Believe me. I know. I can't do math on them.
numbers, hard dates. Look, we're a movie podcast. We don't care about dates or numbers or anything, whatever. Who cares? Okay. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for this week. We had a good time. I'd say we had a good time, don't you think?
Great time.
Always a good
Awesome.
time.
Well, again, we are the CineBoiz podcast. We are part of the Corkbats podcast network. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the CineBoiz. You can also email us if you'd like, the CineBoizPodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, listen, watch, and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, all those places. Be sure to visit corkbats.com. It's a great website. We're part of that. It's fun to be a part of that. You guys got anything else you want to say?
No,
Cool. Well, let's
Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. Agreed. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up then. We'll see you guys next week.
later.
Bye.
Goodbye.